Alrighty guys, it's been a couple of weeks since I picked up the camera, I'm not gonna lie. Don't know why, just kind of been busy. Nothing seemed all that interesting, so I'll see if I can make moving bales today interesting. We've got a bunch in the barn I gotta go through and test the moisture on that we baled a week ago, right before a rainstorm came through. Next day we just went and picked them up, moved them in the shed so they could start airing out. We know there's some hot ones in there, so we gotta go find them. And then we will start picking up the bales that we baled yesterday afternoon before that rainstorm came through. But we didn't get much out of this one, just a real light sprinkle. As you can tell by the sounds, this whole loader doesn't ride the smoothest. But by God, I think everyone on this farm, other than the main loader guy, will choose this older one over the brand new one. It's a lot nicer. So, anyways, getting distracted again. I'm gonna go start messing with some bales. Alright, so now what I'm doing, I unstacked all these bales, and as you saw, I was unrolling them too. When we stack them in the pile, we like the strings out. They're a lot stronger than putting them on this side because this edge can give. Let me make sure I'm in the frame there. This edge can give and the whole pile can fall over. So we like to roll them because they're a lot stronger with the strings out. But when you're trying to see for hot spots, it's a whole lot easier to look at the sides because they're a little softer, a little squishier, so the color shows through a little better. So now I've got this hay probe here. So we do, just stick that in, hit the little moisture button, 14.5. I'm going to check these in about 4 spots on each bale. If I have any that show hot, which hot would be above 20, I'll set them off to the side. And if you're asking, no, those weird different colored bales in there that look like crap, those are oats mixed with kochia and pigweed. They're not going in the barn. Those were the bales that were in the balers when we started baling this hay. And last Saturday when we were moving these, we were all too tired to worry about sorting through everything. So we just set it all down in the barn and figured we'd straighten it out later. Then we never made it up here during the week, so now I'm up here on a Saturday doing it anyways. So that's the plan. I'm gonna keep moving through all these. I got about, I don't know, 50 to go through. So we'll see how many bad ones we have. All right, that right there is why we were doing what we were doing. 2 of those 3 were already rolled, ready to be stacked. Tested at 45%. So I think we just saved ourselves a hay shed and a lot of hay by going through these. So I've got 2 more here. Get these flipped back over and stacked. Got a pretty good pile in there. Then we'll go out in the field and start picking them up. Woo! Alright, so that was 2 loads of bales coming off that pivot. On this year, that's actually a pretty good yield. As you can tell though, I was having trouble with the forks wanting to rip through the bales. That's because we baled it dry. We had it raked already and intended on baling it last night. We raked it this time yesterday, I should say. Had intended on baling it last night, but then about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, some pretty bad thunderstorms started firing up. And we were worried that even if we didn't get rained on, we were going to catch the 60-mile-an-hour winds they were talking about, and the windrows would be gone. So in that situation, it's better to have bone-dry bales than no windrows at all. So we went ahead and baled it. Makes it really hard to pick up. So that's one of the reasons why the color also looks so bad. I mean, that should have been pretty green, you know, looking amazing hay. But I got a sprinkle on it 2 days ago. That's what caused it to bleach and had the real light color that you could see. And then because we baled it dry, it turned it into powder. So that's why the color was bad. The powder's the reason why the forks were just ripping right through it. So it is what it is. I know some people that are used to dealing with hay are going, you know, why don't you have a stinger out there? It'd move the bales a lot quicker. Yeah, you're right. Stingers are really quick. Here's the problem. New stinger costs $300,000. That's a lot of money for something that we're just gonna move bales with. If we were set up different, that'd make a lot of sense. But with our cattle and silage side, we have a lot of employees. So we have a lot of guys that we're trying to find stuff for them to do at times. And so we have the manpower around. We have the trucks and trailers. We have the trucks, I should say, because of silage. We have the trailers because we used to haul all of our hay to a hay buyer in Oklahoma. We have the loaders because of the feedlot. So we've got all the equipment and the people to move it the way we do. So it makes a lot of sense to, rather than spend $300,000 and have to worry about what a couple people are going to do while one guy goes and does that, just send the guys out to go do that to keep them busy for when you really need all the employees to be doing certain tasks. It's one of those things. I mean, yeah, it's less efficient, but it keeps our guys employed. I mean, I'd much rather be a little less efficient at certain times of the year and have a full workforce, so we're not scrambling to find employees during harvest when we really need all 8 employees that we have, well, 8 full-time and then all of our part-time. So it's one of those deals, you give up a little bit of efficiency to keep everyone busy. And like I said, $300,000, that's a lot of money for one machine. I mean, granted, chopper costs more than that, but you know, it's one of those, it is what it is. So, plus you also think about it, that was a very short haul. We moved those bales basically to a barn that was 100 yards from the end of the field. Most of our bales, we move a couple of miles. When you start figuring in that, it is actually much quicker to use 2 loaders and 2 semis than a stinger. Just because they can only move 8 bales at a time. The semis can move 24 or 28, depending on how you load them. So it can actually be quite a bit more efficient when we're going down the road. So it's one of those, it's 6 in one, half dozen in the other type of deal, depending on how you look at it. We like the system that we got, so we keep using it. So I'm headed now to go see where the rake is raking to see if we can bale it this afternoon, because it got rained on 2 days ago, and they're talking severe thunderstorms again tonight. So again, even if we don't catch the rain, we're going to catch wind. So we've got 50 acres in here. Hopefully we can get it baled mid-afternoon. And just to give you guys a little perspective on how far out I am on making these videos, happy 4th of July, because today is the 4th of July. So, gonna spend the afternoon in a baler, spend the evening eating some really good barbecue, because one of our employees is a dang good cook, and he's been cooking since, I think he said he was gonna start at midnight, and it would be ready at 4 in the afternoon. So then by the time it was party time at 6, it'll have rested and be perfect. So getting really excited for that. So that's why we gotta get this hay baled so we can make sure we're not late for that. So anyways, talk to you guys later.